Hey, welcome back. And in today's video, we're going to talk about YouTuber Leafys Here has been banned from the platform. We're going to talk a little bit about why I don't think he's coming back and why I don't think that he wants to. And also, I do apologize. I'm really jacked up on coffee and I'm fighting the perpetual panic attack. The Verge just posted an article and I thought it was a good read, so I was going to read it to you. It's going to give a lot of insight on things. YouTube has banned the controversial creator Calvin Lee Vale, better known as Leafys Here, for repeatedly violating the company's harassment policies. The ban follows big changes to YouTube's harassment policy meant to deter behavior that in part helped creators in the commentary community like Leafy develop a following. So this sounds to me like a little bit of verification on what we had already thought, although this isn't YouTube saying this. They may have had a connect to a spokesperson for YouTube, and this was kind of coming across that way. And it seems to me that they're saying something like commentary is dead. I don't think so. I think that they're cracking down on the harassment policies for the sheer purpose of the advertisers, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Although Leafy has a history of making videos that include offensive comments about other creators on the site, including a now deleted video from 2016 that mocked the appearance of another creator, the termination only came after his channel amassed at least 3 violations of YouTube's harassment policy over the last 90 days. That includes videos featuring cyberbullying, including malicious insults and name-calling based on someone's appearance, gender, or orientation, and encouraging viewers to disrupt other creators' streams. Leafy told YouTube creator Daniel Keemstar that he didn't receive any emails about specific videos prior to the ban. This in itself is wrong and partly the reason why I don't agree with Leafy's ban. They needed to say something. They needed to send the email. They needed to give the option for correction of behavior. I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, no, he should know. Yes, you should not pick on people. Yes, you should not make fun of people's appearances and stuff like that. But literally, we can't stop people from doing that. Even if YouTube cracks down on this stuff for the sole purpose of advertisers, it's not going to stop in the real world. You can't, ban people in real life. So if I'm walking down the street and somebody yells out the car window that some obscenity, I'm not gonna get to Twitter to try to get them banned from living life. Like if they would have went through the proper channels, if they would have sent an email saying, hey, you can't do this, specifically this, and this, follow their own guidelines about the guidelines. Yeah, for sure. If he was doing this in the face of YouTube saying, F what you're saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna listen to you 100%. But by what he says, that's not what happened. YouTube gave a statement to Verge that they have a strict policy that prohibits harassment on YouTube, and we remove content that violates our policies when flagged to our attention. A YouTube spokesperson told The Verge channels that repeatedly violate the policies will be terminated. The spokesperson confirmed that Leafy's ban is permanent. Well, this right here tells me one thing for sure. When it says content that violates our policies when flagged to our attention, means that yes, this was probably generally a mass flagging. This could have came from the most recent Pokimane videos, and her fan base may have just out of anger mass flagged those videos. Could have had something to do with H3H3 and his fan base mass flagging the videos. Maybe it was the combination of the both. But this also tells me that his channel it was only a matter of time. It was just a ticking time bomb. But still, they didn't say anything to him. They left no room for correction. YouTube has started instituting new measures to try to prevent creator-on-creator harassment over the last year. The company came under fire after former Vox host Carlos Maza tweeted out multiple instances where conservative Steven Crowder used homophobic and derogatory language to talk about him. YouTube didn't respond to the situation right away, but after backlash continued, the company temporarily removed Crowder from its partner program. CEO Susan Wojcicki acknowledged that YouTube needed to institute new policies. In this situation, somebody made fun of somebody, they got mad, they went and told the teacher, and then they got put in timeout. Leafy, who had close to 5 million subscribers at the time of his ban, found himself at the center of a few high-profile disputes over the last few months, most notably H3H3's Ethan Klein and Twitch streamer Pokimane. So back on June 4th, Leafy tweeted that he believes H3H3 Productions is trying to get his channel deleted. He had to private all videos and got 2 channel strikes today for harassment on my new videos. Another strike on my channel gets deleted. The videos that I received strikes on were H3H3 Productions one and the I'm Alex one nearly at the same time. Again, I don't know if it's H3H3 Productions, but yeah, that's my current situation. And then he adds Team YouTube. Those strikes in themselves about that situation were reversed, but I don't think it's any coincidence that this comes after he's making repetitive videos on Pokimane, the streamer, and I'm told that a lot of these videos were actually not even him actually talking about Pokimane, more just talking about stocks and investments. That's what I'm told. Leafys Banned didn't come as a shock to many in the community, but his channel termination is a stark reminder of how different YouTube is in 2020 compared to the early 2010s. YouTube's new creator-on-creator harassment policy was specifically drafted to address videos from personalities who use their platform to attack others, which had previously been more common on the platform. So basically, YouTube is doing this, and I talked to another creator about this. I'm not going to say who it was, but they told me that YouTube was really going to be cracking down over the next couple years. They told me that considering how creators are framed in the media and how it affects the platform and ad revenue and increased activity during COVID, it makes sense that they are going to be more aggressive in protecting the platform and its reputation and revenue. He then says that in general, I think YouTube is fine with criticism and commentary and news, not instigating and accusations and building negativity towards any individual group. I also think the government is going to expand into this behavior on social media over the next 4 years, and there may be more legal consequences for this sort of thing. Both sides of the aisle in terms of political parties are actually anti-cancel culture. I don't know if they're anti-cancel culture, but I can see the government stepping in to enforce these types of things. I would be curious to see how they would enforce it in the public. I just don't, they can't even get everyone to wear a mask. Policy has to be written in such a way that creators can comment on each other and criticize each other, CEO Susan Wojcicki said in a 2019 interview while talking about the new policy. The question is, where do you draw the line? Where do they cross the line? When it's no longer just ideas, but they're criticizing them as a person. I don't know if there is a line on this. I mean, it's pretty obvious if there's a creator that's saying, hey, everybody go mass flag this person, or hey, go call this person some sort of unspeakable name. That's harassment. But if there's valid criticisms, yeah, but then how are you gonna gatekeep something like that? You literally cannot. It's like the very reason why the freedom of speech thing was invented in the first place. You have to like, there's gonna be things that people say that you're not gonna like. That's called life. The commentary community can run into issues more than others because their videos are dedicated to talking about other YouTubers. But Leafy has a history of using offensive language while doing so. So just because Leafy cusses while he's doing it, it makes it worse. YouTuber John Scarce tweeted, even if you weren't a fan of his videos, Leafy's termination is very, very concerning. Leafy being terminated now means any of us could be next. Now, I don't know so much about that. The reason is because, like I said, I don't think it was that Leafy was cussing. I don't think it was that they're cracking down hardcore and they're just gonna destroy commentary. It's literally not so difficult to not. You can cuss, you can do things like that, but like I said, it's pretty identifiable if you're just outright making fun of somebody, like, to hurt them. Like, that's clear. If they've done something wrong, you can criticize them, you can raise awareness towards it if they're scamming their audience and things like that. But if you just don't like them because you don't like them, and then you make videos because you don't like them to demean their character, I mean, even in real life, you can get sued for deprivation of character. I had a teacher way back in like middle school who literally didn't like me, made fun of. I used to have really long hair, and made fun of me because of my long hair and said I was never going to amount to anything. nearly got her for deprivation of character. It was when it affects your home life, your school life, and things like that. That's not good. I think that if YouTube would have given Leafy the opportunity to change things and word things better, you can offer. Let's say there's enough to criticize about Pokimane and YouTubers like.
I'd love to see him succeed in today's climate.
There are legitimate criticisms that you can highlight, but when you take that because it's a trending topic and people are avid to watch these types of trending topics, and you use it to talk about the appearance of a person, then especially if it's against guidelines, then you're gonna run into a little bit of trouble. When this happened, Keemstar tweeted saying, as far as I know, at the time of Leafy getting terminated, he had 0 community guideline strikes. A few months ago, he got a few strikes, but those were reversed. So he either got 3 strikes all at once, or who called Susan and got a tactical strike done, referring to H3 Ethan Klein. I tweeted, Leafy is going to have the worst morning. When Leafy woke up, he said, morning at Team YouTube. My channel was suspended yesterday. Curious if there's anything I could do to get it reinstated, or if there is any statement on this you could give. And I think it's really curious. Team YouTube is really usually responsive, but they didn't say anything. They are actively ignoring him. Even Belle Delphine put her piece on it saying, I have a lot of commentary videos made about me, and personally, I don't care. I think free speech and not having to censor your commentary or opinions is important. It's tough and it hurts sometimes, but it's the internet. I can understand why YouTube and people don't like Leafy, but I think a warning before a straight ban is something we all like to have, and I do agree with that. Today, about 15 minutes ago, Leafy tweeted, still no word from Team YouTube or YouTube creators on the suspension. If they want to keep me banned, fine. We'll miss having that outlet, but mainly been doing this for fun since coming back. Some videos were more crude than others, but personally I don't think it was that bad. Fun website. Follows up with saying, blatant, huge double standard, but not big on going the if I should be banned, so should them route, cause it's pretty lame. Website is crap. Leafy said this recently on Dramaalert.
Like, there's been so many times they're like, oh, we're gonna ban you. Oh, just kidding, we're not. Like, I do think that eventually they're just going to go through with it. I don't think my videos are as harsh as they used to be, not even close. I know some of the Pokimane videos, some of the thumbnails are pretty obnoxious, but a lot of the times the topics are pretty tame.
Well, you were uploading videos with a Pokimane thumbnail, right? But then the content was you teaching your viewers about investments in the stock market. So
yeah, the whole joke of those videos was just that, it looks that toxic, but I don't think the videos themselves were that toxic. I hate saying out loud that I'm a comedian, because I think that's super cringe. But at the end of the day, I think that my videos are, for the most part, a lot of them, they're comedy. Right.
You're making jokes at public figures, right? You're trying to make
all the videos are on public figures. Some of my old videos, I was just making videos on some random person, but all my new videos have been videos on public figures. I don't think I really cross the line that much, but it's up to YouTube what they want to do. It's not my decision to make.
YouTuber podcaster Augie RFC confirmed Leafy's second channel was also banned. It's over, guys. He's not coming back. If he is breaking these guidelines and you are mad at it, YouTube, you needed to enforce your own guidelines and your own standards. You needed to let him know. You needed to say something. You needed to give him ample time to fix his errors. The stuff that the new guidelines that you've put in place, these new harassment policies, he's not from this current climate and he needs time to adjust, and you guys didn't give him that time. Seems more like you didn't want to risk him being on the platform. You didn't want to risk it because you really are focused on the advertisement, and I get that. You gotta give the dude time. You gotta give him strikes. You gotta go through the process. You just can't give him no warning. If he doesn't know he's doing wrong to your new guidelines, he's not going to change his behavior. If you give someone at least the ability, I think everyone that's watching this could be more understanding towards this. But as of right now, I do not agree with Leafy being banned. I don't agree with how it's went about. But as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think, so why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes, and as always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. Almost messed up. That's the coffee in me. Don't forget Positivity Turtle. Spam it in chat for Leafy, for all the commentators that are probably going to get taken down without notice, that are edgy and doing things like this. Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to my patrons. Really appreciate it. We're going to do a patron live stream this weekend for about 1 hour. Also, don't forget to go over and follow the Facebook page. It's if you like wholesome memes and cool things like that, that's the place to be. And don't forget to get your Repzilla shirt, the new one that you can color. It's good, it's awesome. And also, I'm fixing to come out with a new Positivity Turtle shirt, so big ups for Positivity Turtle. And I think that's everything. We got a live stream we're doing this Saturday, I believe, so that's going to be fun. Going to be talking a little bit about Chris Hansen stuff. Definitely talking about some Dobby Vanity stuff. Going to have a Dobby Vanity survivor or two on there to talk about their opinions about him opening up an OnlyFans. I know that's, yeah. But that's just another way to show that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're getting how you do that. I gotta do subscribe, notifications turn on, be in the comment section after every single video, because I'm gonna be there. Greg the Cat's gonna be there, and the rest of the Rep Squad community as well. And I expect to see you there too, because this channel loves you. Oh, I might open a second channel too. Greg? Yeah? Oh, we should upload on your channel. Okay.